once again, this is AikawaKazu. Welcome back to another Black Desert Online video. Today I'll talk a little bit about grinding efficiently, featuring Sausans here, where I'll be sharing some of my solo spots. I'll be talking about some of the tips and tricks as well as rotations. Alright, so before we actually go on to talking about the spots and the other tips and tricks, we have to first talk about what a rotation actually is. It was quite appalling to know that from a lot of my viewers on my stream, as well as from my friends, that many players in BDO Southeast Asia actually have no idea what a rotation is. So if you're watching this video right now and you have no idea what a rotation is, that means you're probably doing it wrong when it comes to grinding. Some of my viewers on stream talk about how they only make 2 mil to 3 mil per hour at mains hideout, when I make easily around 6 to 7 mil per hour just from selling the mains. Converting the mains here to gold bars. That means that when you have very bad silver per hour from a certain location, assuming that you have the AP cap and stuff, and that you know how to play your class, that you're probably not grinding efficiently. So what exactly is a rotation? Let me give you guys a visual aid here. Alright, with the beach rotation in Sausans, alright. So a rotation basically refers to you killing a bunch of mobs in a certain manner or in a certain path, such that, from your starting point, when you first start to kill a bunch of mobs, you go from pack to pack to pack, and when you arrive back at your starting point again, the mobs that you have killed at the beginning would have, just nice. It would have already respawned. So you basically go in a circle, and when you're back to your starting point, the mobs respawn, and that means that you're doing what we call a rotation. So what's the point of having a rotation in BDO when you're grinding? Obviously you don't want to just run around and grind, right? Like many people in BDO Southeast Asia, they'll just go to Sausans, for example, and they'll just run along in a circle, and then they have no idea where they're going. They just, there are mobs to kill. They just go from every monster pack that they see, and that's not efficient, because that means that you're always looking for where is the next pack of monsters to kill. That means you'll be wasting time trying to figure out where you need to go. Alright, so two main reasons why you need to understand or know what a rotation is. Number one, you don't actually waste time waiting for mobs to respawn. Right? Number two, you make it harder for players to ruin your grinding location or spot, which means that they do not actually reduce your efficiency, which I'll explain more here. Okay, imagine now you're grinding at the beach rotation here, right? You start at point A and you go in a clockwise manner, right? So you go from the first arrow to the second arrow to the third arrow. Some guy comes along from the south, from Shouts, and he comes down to your beach Southern rotation, and when he goes to the first arrow sign, he realizes that the mobs are dead, and he realizes that, hey, there's nothing for me to kill. He'll move away, right? And that helps you to prevent people from randomly coming into your grinding location to disrupt your grinding rotation, because he doesn't have anything to kill in the first place. And a good grinding rotation means that you're at the most, there will only be one pack of monsters that have already respawned ahead of where you are currently killing. Right? So if you have 2 packs of monsters that have already respawned ahead, that means that someone can actually come in and ruin your rotation, because someone can do your rotation from the back. But if there's only 1 pack of monsters ahead of you from the current pack that you're currently killing, it's a lot harder for someone to enter your grinding rotation to ruin your rotation. That's why having a rotation is actually really good, because it tells people that you're grinding over there, and number 2, it wouldn't be efficient for them to kind of contest with you anyway, since they do not have anything to kill, and you always have something to kill, since you know exactly where the next pack of monsters is going to respawn. And again, I would like to emphasize that a group rotation is one that's at most 1 pack of monsters spawning ahead of you. Alright, that's very important, alright? Why? Because I've seen many people claim that they are doing a rotation and they have 2 or 3 packs of monsters. For example, you're a solo player and you're grinding in the main Sausans rotation. 1 player cannot take the main Sausans rotation because the mobs will respawn before you can be done, right? And some people get really, offended when there are people cutting into their supposed rotation, which they cannot handle in the first place. So, don't get mad when other players take a pack or 2 from your rotation that you're doing, if you are actually doing a rotation that you cannot handle in the first place. So remember, at the most, 1 pack of monsters ahead of you. Very important here for a group rotation. Okay, so now that you understand what a rotation is, I'll of course try to show you how it looks like on screen. So the reason why I'm here in Crucia is because I want to talk about how you can actually increase your efficiency when grinding in Sausans. So the reason why we are at Crucia is because if you want to grind in Sausans for a long period of time, you might want to do what we call the container trick. You can go to any main town, Altinova, Hado, California, where you rent the container doesn't matter, but the container costs 10 CP. And personally, I don't recommend this unless you're grinding above 2 hours in Sausans, right? And because of how 10 CP can be used for many things, that's why I don't personally recommend the container method unless you're grinding there for a long time and you know you don't have the storage mate, you don't have the transaction mate that some players do. But so if you want to stay at Sausans for a long time, you go to one of the major cities, go to the storage NPC and rent a 10 CP container. You bring the container to Krusha and you need to rent a residence. The best residence in Krusha is this one. Yep, which I actually currently have CP for. So this one is good because this one is the closest to the stable, right? And what it does is that when you enter this house, you put your container inside here, right? You put your container inside here, and what it does is that it connects your tariff warehouse, or your storage to Krusha, right? Why is that important? Okay, when you grind more than 2 hours in Sausans, you're gonna have a lot of Brunos, you're gonna have a lot of heavies, no equipment drops. So once your mount, your wagon is full, for example 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, you know, 14, 16, 18. 18 equipment drops, you're full, you come back, you take out all of the Grunos and heaves, and you go in and you can use this container over here, which is connected to Tariff, that will immediately bring all your Grunos and all the equipment drops that you have to Tariff storage. That's how it connects. And then you can transport all the Grunos and heaves that you have to either Altinova or Hado, depending on where your main town is. And that will allow you to, later on, when you're done with grinding for the rest of the day, to then go back to Hado or Altinova, to then sell all those things to marketplace. Right, so that's what 10 CP can actually do for you, which is why I feel that if you don't grind more than 2 hours, you don't actually need to spend that 10 CP. But if you do, that's how actually people do the container trick. Very useful for people that do not have storage mate or transaction mate, but use the wagon as their means of, you know, stacking up all the armor, armor equipment drops that you get from Sausans. Right, so the other thing that you need to know is what we call overstacking. Alright, so what you do is you realize that these two things, look, I'm almost full already, right? And you'll get a lot of armor fragments. But the thing is, you can actually overstack them on your mount by taking them out. For example, you'll reach a point whereby you can no longer directly put armor fragments into your wagon. What you do is you take out all the armor fragments from your wagon to your player inventory, and then you just stack it back into the mount inventory. That's what we call overstacking. But just take note that I'm not sure what's the upper limit or how much percentage that you can overstack. If you're gonna stay there for again more than 2 hours, you're probably not gonna be able to overstack 2 different miscellaneous items before, you know, becoming too full and you have to return anyway. So let's say if you don't have transaction mates or storage mates, that's why you don't really need to do the container method, in my opinion, because I feel that 10 CP can be used for a lot of things. It can be used for farming, it can be used for other nodes and stuff, right? But if you don't have storage mates and transaction mates, like a lot of them, and you want to grind Sausans, a wagon is a must-have. Which brings us to the next point, which is the grinding spots and the wagon locations, you know, for Sausans. I want to bring my stable. Okay, it's close enough because I want to show it to you fast. Alright. So get a wagon. I believe that's a merchant wagon, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's definitely a merchant wagon. It's not a trade wagon as far as I know. 16 inventory slots, yeah. The one with 18 inventory slots is a merchant wagon. So get a merchant wagon if you want to grind Sausans. And the other thing that you need to know about the wagon is where to park them, right? Which is why right now I'm just gonna put an image on screen to show you all the different grinding locations first. These are solo locations. I won't be showing any party locations since they are rather complicated. Sometimes it's a combination of the solo location and the party location. Yeah, so I'm going to show the most contested solo location right now, which is the beach location, right? So I wouldn't recommend you going to the beach solo location is what we call point A. Yeah, point B is where I currently solo at, which is not as good as the beach rotation, but it's still good enough if you're playing a warrior. Not good for rangers, I mean. So you can see it's definitely taken now. Oh, it's not taken now at this timing, I guess. No, it's actually taken. No, it's not taken. So this is the beach rotation. Okay, now that no one is here, I can actually show you what I mean by what a rotation actually is. But the first safe wagon parking spot is right here. Alright, so you come over here, and you can just put your wagon like right here. You'll be safe from the shouts mobs, and yeah, you'll be cool over here. Okay? Let me just take care of this. Let me show you like what a rotation is real quick, alright? So the beach location, you can see I start... Let me take away that. Okay, there's one actually here. So you start from here basically, right? So you start killing mobs. Get one green armor. So you start moving here, right? You're done. Oop, I got stunned. Come over here. You move on to the next pack. So you can see that I'm just going from pack to pack, right? This is a really good spot for Ranger. I always kill the Cannoneers first because they're annoying. If you want to be extra efficient, you can pull these Sausans soldiers to this pack. I usually just kill them off at where they are because you can't pull more than 8 monsters anyway unless you're a tamer right now. And then with Awakening as a Wizard or Witch, you can pull more. And you come here. So this spot is really good because of this pack of Sausan soldiers. The Sausan soldiers actually drop the Captain Scroll, which is the red nose boss scroll, right? And then you come here. Notice how the first pack of monsters is just now respawning. So when I'm done with this, right? Look, it just respawned. Very nice. This is what I mean by it's a good rotation. If you're a very strong grinder like Sion, which is twitch.tv/NovaQH, go watch the stream, a very good ranger. You can see that first pack of mob just respawned. That's what I mean by one pack of monsters hit. If you're really fast as a ranger, there's one pack of monsters that you can clear here. So you basically add packs of monsters depending on how fast you clear, and for him, you can clear so fast that you can attack the additional one over there, and sometimes he will even go behind the fence, the one in front over there, and the one in front over there. Like he kills 3 more packs of monsters compared to me as a warrior. But you can see what I mean by rotation here, right? You go in a like a circular fashion, and you clear in a way that allows you to prevent people from trying to disrupt, you know, your mobs. Right, so this is the first mount location, right? So if you look at the map again, the green dots is where you put like the mount. Right, so we're going to go to point C right now to show you the other rotation that I'm talking about here. Basically, the beach location is probably taken. If it's taken, try to go to the one at point C. Yep. And for this one, what you need to actually do, I forgot to mention about the fishing boats. Yep, I'll be able to show you real quick since I'm heading over there now. Yep, my boat is actually right there. Hang on, I don't want to ride my horse down to his there. So this one, you need to actually do what you call a double stacking method. Remember how I talked about if you are grinding for a long period of time, that you cannot actually do 2 ETC items or miscellaneous items on one wagon, that means on one mount. Because your mount, number 1, cannot overstack a lot. Number 2, there's an overstacking limit per se. So what you do is you actually get a fishing boat from, let's say, Velia. You know, you can go buy a fishing boat. Nowadays, plenty available. I think go here, yeah. You can see there's 22 available right now. And basically what you do is you climb onto your boat and you summon your horse. And now my horse will actually appear on top of the boat and you can actually double stack. So you can see that, 2.8k here on my boat. So you can stack 1 ETC on your horse and then 1 ETC on your boat. That's what you do. And this is another location. Let me just show you real quick the rotation again as well. So you start here from the bottom. And again, depending on how fast you clear, right? You want to adjust your rotation accordingly. You want to keep 1 lesser pack or 1 more pack. That's up to you, right? So you go up here. So you can already see this one is not as good as the beach location. The beach rotation, I mean. You're done, you come here. So let's say if you don't kill very fast, you can actually jump off the cliff straight away. Yeah? But if you kill relatively fast like me, you can come over here. You kill this bunch of mobs. And the reason why I do it this way, because previously I was doing the rotation in the opposite manner, but it's easier to go down than go up. So instead of trying to climb up this stone wall over here, I go down the stone wall. Makes it more efficient. Yep. So this one is definitely more accessible compared to the beach location as I mentioned. And yeah, the only downside is you do have the cavalry, you know, the soldier mob, the Sausans soldier mob for the scrolls, but it's still really nice. Nice density overall. I would say this one is good for warrior. My ranger friend tried this, and because of how they do have the skateboard, you know, skateboarding, you know, mobility of the warrior, it's not as good. And ground smash is really good over here. So you can see that now the mobs over here has respawned already. Very nice. Yep. So this is another rotation that you can do, right? The last rotation that I want to show you is not as contested as the beach rotation, but I would say that a decent number of players actually know, and it's a good solo grinding spot as well, right over here, right? So you start here. Let me just show you the place to park your wagon. Yeah. So the reason why I don't really like this one is because of the tents. Yeah, when you kill the tents, the mobs that spawns the tents will die as well. So this is your wagon, you just park your wagon over here. So this one is better, you don't have to do the fishing boat thing, you can just bring a wagon over here. The previous spot, which is spawn C, that you have seen earlier, you know, the little map that I've done. Yeah, so what you do is you start off from this little tower over here, and you can already see it's very nice. Start here, you go here in a anti-clockwise manner. Yeah. Very nice density, and the rotation is quite huge, as you can see. Then you come back here, and yeah, that's one rotation. Is very, very nice. I think this one is really good for wizards, as far as I know. My wizard friend grinds here. Yeah, but it's contested as well. Yeah. So I believe there's one more that's up over here, and for this grinding spot, another location you can put your wagon, which I don't think is as good, is right here. If you're grinding main Sausans rotation or somewhere close to this area here, you can actually bring your wagon over here, and what you do, even if you do have the flute, right? Just now you saw me summon my horse with the flute, but not everybody have a horse flute. You actually don't need to have a horse flute. You can actually manually, if you mouse over the mount icon, it says left click to call mount. So even if a wagon, you climb up this wall, so you park your wagon down there, and when you successfully reach the wall, alright, he has to be really close. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm sorry. When you reach the wall, right, stop, okay. You basically left click to call your mount, and then the wagon will be on top. Yep, and this is a nice, you know, spot. I think the last one, which I'm not gonna, because I've not tried it myself, I can't really tell you, is this area. This is another rotation that I've seen people do. Again, you can see you can go in a circular fashion. Yep. And you clear this area, you know. After you clear this area, you can drop down to this one, and then you just go in a circular fashion. Yep, the main rotation, the reason why I'm not going to bother is because the main rotation, look, they're like a party over there. And you're going to get into a lot of like trouble if you try to grind the main rotation. So yeah, I think aside from that, the last few tips and tricks that I can share with you is that if you have the monies to buy like 9 transaction mates and 9 storage mates, what you can do while you're grinding is you can do the fishing boat and the wagon for the 2 ETCs. You still need to do that, by the way. And what you can do with the Grunions and the heaves that you get, if the 9 storage mate and 9 transaction mate is not enough, is that you use your storage mate to store your heaves in Ultinova, and you have an alt that is at the marketplace, right? That is at the marketplace for Ultinova to just, you know, log on to your alt, log on to the person that's Ultinova, and you just sell all the Grunions and heaves that you get, you know, from your storage mate that your 9 transaction mate is not able to keep up with, and you should be able to sustain very, very long at Sausans. So again, just to show you guys a quick picture on the rotation. Location A is the beach rotation, really, really highly contested for, but you can try a lot. Apparently when I went there just now, there's nobody there. It's about 5:30 PM right now, and it's a Monday, maybe that's why. I'm personally grinding at location C right now, and B is pretty nice as well if you play a wizard. Yeah, C is not good for ranger, and you can try out the rest of the spots, but just remember, TLDR for this video, try to know what a rotation is so that you don't be one of those like ignorant people that ruin other people's rotation, and you also don't be a greedy person that tries to get too many mobs, because remember, you want to have only at the most one pack of monsters spawning ahead of you if you don't want people to disrupt your rotation. And yeah, you understand what's the limits by knowing what exactly a rotation is. In any case, that's it for this video. The next 2 videos that I'll be doing will be about, preparing for Valencia, since Valencia 1 is coming out in May and Valencia 2 is coming out in June, whereby Valencia 2 is more about the trading buff and stuff. I'll talk about how I'm going to be able to level my own trading aside from the trash crates method. And for Valencia 1 and in future alchemy stones, yep, I'll be talking about how you should prepare for alchemy stones as well. So if not, that's it for this video. Yeah, as always, if you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I stream every day at twitch.tv/Kazu Aikawa from 7 PM or 8 PM GMT +8 onwards for about 7 to 9 hours. If you want to check out the stream, give it a follow, and I have a Discord community, links in the description below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Name has been AikawaKazu. God bless, and I'll see you guys and girls in the next one. Bye bye.